Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy. Continuing with Louise's Hay Affirmations for Self-Esteem. Today we are talking about your consciousness, that positive, loving thoughts and your experience. That, from my understanding, from the training and teachings and the readings and the books and the programs and everything I have absorbed through my existence, there is the words that people say, oh, just think positive. If you have positive thoughts versus negative thoughts, because negative thoughts are bad, if you just think positively, don't be so negative, your life will change. You'll be happier. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. There is a distinction and an understanding of, oh, if we just behave this way, good things will happen. And there is the, dare do I say it, existential crisis that people have, where they are questioning, why does bad things happen to good people? Well, there is no, a lot of people will base their fact of, I don't want to believe in this belief system, fill in the blank, because how could a loving entity in any way, shape, or form want to allow bad things to happen to good people? I can't follow anything that would allow fill in the blank. And that is a very limiting, narrow-minded view of all the things that play into what happens. So by the flip side of that, if you just think positive, well, we as humans have an internal compass. We are raised up in a way that, by our own experiences, by the teachings and the trainings and the expectations of others, we sort of learn to have a conscience. That your cognitive level, conscience, what you are conscious of, aware of, that you have knowledge of, that we do understand on the balance of scales that there's a distinction between right and wrong. We know that on paper. We know that in as an influence of things, how people say and do things to us. So there's an awareness on a conscience level. But our conscience, where internally something happens, so we're with a group of people, no matter who they are, and something will happen, something will get said, we kind of get a little feeling where we're uncomfortable. They might have said something that came off a little off color. The joke wasn't quite that funny because it was meant at somebody else to put somebody else down. It's for lack of a better label, it's racist, it's immoral, it's distinction between the various, male, female things, where it's putting down one over the other. There's all kinds of things where people might say something and you go, I don't know about that, but you laugh because you're part of the group. But you kind of go, yeah, and everybody's slapping themselves on the back, or whatever it is that's going on, high five, fist bump. You're all just kind of going along in the sense of that. And whether you are female or male, you're just kind of like, they're just going along because you don't want to ruffle the feathers. You don't want to be the next person called out. You don't want them to turn around and say, So you kind of get that little wiggle that you go, I don't think I like this. I don't know where that's going, but I don't like it. But you don't speak up and you don't say anything. So now you feel negative. You feel negative on the inside because you didn't distinguish yourself away from that. So you feel these negative thoughts of guilt and shame. I shouldn't have done that. That's not okay. I feel bad. And this leads you to depression. Not a good thing. So thinking positive, someone will go, oh, I don't feel, I'm just not feeling it these days. And well, think positive thoughts. That ain't going to get you out of that funk, because you don't feel it internally how you got there. So you have to guide yourself out, find whatever works for you in that aspect, whether it's in a meditation or get mental health, or um, if there's religious things you need to do. But you have to, as if you want to get to the 22nd floor and the elevator's out, you still got to climb those stairs. You physically, mentally, emotionally, you have to invest yourself into your mental well-being, your personal self-esteem. You got to go into that level of understanding how to climb up the emotional ladder, the emotional steps, the emotional guidance. You got to get to a place and you got to move upwards. So, for example, if you are severely depressed, you just don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes being angry or wanting to have revenge. So, something happened and you are sad and depressed because you lost someone, you lost a job, you lost a home, whatever it is. Sometimes being angry will feel better. And it's because you've moved emotionally. Believe it or not, depression and guilt and shame are all below anger. And above anger is, and resentment is below that, or near that. But if you climb up to anger and you just get mad, okay, so I don't want to be mad. I don't want to walk around being angry. Nope, not telling you to do that. I'm saying get mad, find a pillow, scream into your mattress, be angry, and experience that in your body. Let that come out of you. Write it down. Write it down, tear it up, throw it in the trash, go someplace safe like the barbecue pit, and just set it on fire. I don't recommend flushing it because sometimes your plumbing might not be able to handle that. But whatever it is that you need to do to send that off to, if all else fails, they have those lanterns that you light a candle in it and they float off to the ethers. Tie whatever it is that you want to tie it to, put it in a little baggie of torn up pieces of paper, and then tie it to the string on a balloon and set it free. Not the Mylar ones, but, a small little balloon where it'll float off to someplace. But that, environmentally, people might not think that's so great. Just don't pollute. Don't be a hazard out there that, if you can. I'm just saying there's a lot of things you can do to release that anger, but don't stay there. Revenge is the next goal, but don't stay there. Revenge is you can plot, you can think, oh my God, if I could, if I would, and you sit there for a minute. You don't go out and act on it. You don't go and do it. You just ponder the thoughts, and then you go, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if a situation changed? Wouldn't it be wonderful? Oh, I can think about. So while you're in a state of revenge, now let's just move into having better thoughts. Move up very quickly. Again, do not stay in a state of revenge where you really do harm. You only want there to be there for a second, long enough so that you can get the next step, long enough that you can reach to the next step. Because if you wanted to climb stairs and somebody decided they were going to take out every third step, you wouldn't get very far. You'd fall and stumble and luckily if you could hold on to things, but it would be such a struggle, an uphill battle. Why? Just take the next step. Go to the next level, and eventually you will get to the point of being positive. Don't think positive, because think positive. If you think positive about something and then it's not true, it will trigger you to fall back down, and you'll be in shame, blame, or depression, and then you'll cycle. And this is where why people stay in these places for so long, where their life is in a funk, because they can't get past this cycle of getting just to a certain point. Oh, but I'm mad. I shouldn't be mad. I can't be angry at them. And you feel guilt, and then back down the slide you get. You're playing Candyland in darkness and ugliness. And one of the most amazing movies that Robin Williams did, I feel so much love and appreciation for him. And he was unfortunately a tortured soul. and nobody could help him. And I miss his light every day. But he did a movie, What Dreams May Come. And no matter what you think on a religious level, that movie is the best explanation of things out there. He as a person, as a father, as a husband, he did everything to get his family back, and he went in risking his eternal soul to go find his wife and bring her back. Spoilers, sorry I didn't say that. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it, because even with the spoilers, you're still going to get something from it. But it shows you that he went on this journey to go get her, and his belief in himself, his belief in his love for his family, for his wife, his children, everything out there, his belief system was to go save her from the ultimate sin. She took her own life because she couldn't live with the loss of their children. And his goal was to get her out of the eternal damnation, because in most religions, if you take your own life, you're damned to hell. Sorry, I hope that doesn't get me into YouTube trouble. So at this point, he loved her so much, he was willing to live with her in the worst place possible, where all of the misery ended up at. He was warned, you have a certain amount of time, and if you don't get out of there within that timeline, it will start to take you as well. It will keep you here. It will do everything it can to make sure you don't leave. And it's not going to want to let you take her with you. You are going to do the impossible. So good luck. Chances are you will be there. And he said, my life without her isn't a life. I would rather be there with her and in misery than here in happiness without her. I have to go get her. So he makes the ultimate sacrifice, and shows you, as he goes through this exploration of things, as he travels through this other realm of places, it shows you your belief system determines a lot of things. It determines how you get to where you're going based on the things you believe, based on the things that you think you deserve, based on the things you think you will get. Everything is based on what you wholeheartedly, with everything in your being, that you know in your conscience, consciously, with all of your emotions carried to the highest level of this. Everything of all of those layered together gets you what happens. And I know that that's difficult for a lot of people to accept. I didn't want this. I didn't believe that. But on a level, you did. On a level, you didn't understand. So it's not your fault. You didn't understand that the way that you were saying it and thinking about it and emotionally expressing that out, it those circumstances brought you to this place. So as an example of this, there's a lot of things that husbands and wives have had issues with over the years, where in the morning the wife will say to the husband as he's leaving to go to work, don't forget to do, don't forget to pick up, don't forget something, and fill in the blank. Well, languages are second language. We're born with body language. We understand the facial expressions. We understand the micro expressions. We understand the feeling that people are in. You know that what you are feeling gives off to other people. That if you're in a bad mood, someone knows you're in a bad mood before they even say a word to you. If you're happy, they know. If you are sad or depressed, they know. Your emotions display all over you. Even if you're trying to hide your face on that, even if you're trying to stuff those down, they still come out in the ways of the body. And that in itself will bring you the experiences that are the same. You'll connect with those people who are angry, which is why I always talk about Misery Loves Company Club. That people might not know that they are in a miserable place. They're just upset and mad about something. And that being upset and going in circles and going in circles and talking about it to everybody. They're looking for other people to side with them and agree with them. So I say they're always recruiting, because if they can talk to you, then you get on board. Now they have someone to spend more time with, and it just keeps expanding. Don't let that happen. But if you can get to a place where you can kind of sort of, crack a little bit to the next space, you can be in a positively upward mobile direction. But you got to do that microly in little steps, get to these places, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if in this you are thinking this way, it will move you to change the circumstances. If you are moving up in a positive, loving thoughts direction, then other people will notice. They'll see the change in you. Other people will change to that because they can't help it. That they like being around you because you have a light. You're funny. You talk about things in a way that, again, it's not misery loves company. You're not gaining the misery of the company of other people. You're gaining the experience and the and how other people relate to you. They want to gravitate towards that light. So you can't just think your way into positivity, because people are going to know you're faking it. You can't say all these positive sayings. It's gonna butt heads with how you emotionally feel if you're not. So don't think to be positive. Just find ways to actually be positive. Enjoy your beverage of choice, fill in the blank. In the morning when you get up and you take that first sip, savor that. Sit in that moment of positivity and gratitude. Oh my gosh, it tastes so good. I appreciate it. I'm so happy to be here. Be that in that for 5 minutes and let that take you out throughout the day. Each time you take a bite of something, I can't afford much, but this meal right now, this meal is fueling me. This meal is going to take me through the rest of my day. This meal is going to be something that I have, even if it's just a cheese and a cracker. You know what? That's going to get me to the next place, because I'm trying to be frugal, or I don't have a whole lot of money. But the things I have, I honor and appreciate. And that positivity for just this micro minute of what you may not think that you have much, but you got this. I got this right now. I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to spend all my time talking on this little thing. There's a person out there that cares about me, because every time I see that person, I know it's their job, but they have a big smile on their face. They light up when they see me. They're happy to see me because I'm a regular customer. I come in every single day. They know what my order is going to be because I'm a creature of habit, and they have it, all down, and we crack jokes. It's like, in that moment, carry that with you. That person actually cares about me. They're not just doing their job. They actually care to go a little bit above and beyond. Let that carry you throughout the day. That is being in your positive, loving thoughts, and those will reflect out. Those will then, like a little light in front of you, it will guide your path. And on that note, I hope this is guiding you to a better place of understanding your world and how it relates to you, how you relate to it. And please be kind. The world needs a lot more love. We've got a lot of things that are going to be changing in a lot of ways, and shine your light as much as you possibly can. Please do not live in FOMO, fear of missing out. Please do not live in fear. The fear isn't going to serve you. It's just going to make you feel uncared for and unloved. It's not going to give you the things that you need to go through the day. So you know what? Things might not be going great for a lot of people. They might not be going great for you, but find something to be positive about, that you truly care about, that you can truly lovingly reflect on in your experiences on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be big or much. If you live in an area where you are around nature, run your fingers through, or your toes, excuse me, words are hard. Run your toes through the grass and go, in this moment, I'm okay. And, when you get to the next place, in this moment, I'm okay. In this moment, I'm okay. Just keep repeating that until it becomes true. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.